capital allowances and qualifying capital expenditure. That's what we are going to be discussing today on Insights with Oladejo Adeyemi. And I'm going to be walking you through the journey. What really is the concept of capital allowance? Come to think about it. Sometimes it usually appears as though the government just, or the drafters of the law, they just want to confuse, non-professionals. But that's not quite the case. You see, every business is at liberty to choose their depreciation rate. Anytime an asset is procured and the lifespan of that asset is going to be more than 12 months, the accounting principles require that the asset is capitalized. When an asset is capitalized, it will be reported as a non-current asset. Now, depreciation takes care of how the company eases out the cost of that asset into its financials on a yearly basis. So let's set an example. You've bought a car, say, for 1 million. And based on your accounting principles, you have chosen that you're going to use the car for your business for 4-year period. Now, it means each year, your business is going to recognize an expense of, say, 250,000 naira from the example of the 1 million cost that we cited. Now, another business owner can say, oh, I will be very careful with this vehicle and I will use it for a 5-year period, in which case that business owner would only recognize 200,000 in the instance where the cost of the car is the same. Now, what does that mean? Where business A can recognize 250,000 as its cost for utilizing that vehicle for the year, and business owner B can decide based on its own choice to recognize only 200,000, where both of them had the same profit for that same year. What it means is level playing ground had not been created. So someone can then, by reason of that depreciation amount, declare reduced or higher profit for the year. So in a way that it will introduce level playing ground, what the tax principle generally does in Nigeria is that depreciation is added back to your profit as though it was not recognized. Now, in place of that depreciation, the rule is then that capital allowance is claimed. So an allowance is then claimed against your profits, since the depreciation that you have charged following your accounting principles have been disallowed. There's a general misconception that the capital allowances are claimed in lieu of depreciation. That's a lame way to describe it, but that's not quite correct. Capital allowance is claimed because the tax law provides for capital allowance. Now, with these changes in the tax laws, how has it impacted capital allowance? By the time we go into the details of that, we would not leave this session. And remember that the promise on this channel is that important subject matters that can affect your business is brought to you from time to time. So we are not going to go to the nitty-gritty of that concept right now. We will draw the curtain here, and then we'll see you again next time to break it down even further. But remember, if you don't subscribe, if you don't follow, you won't know when the new video is posted. See you next time. Bye.